Professor Sata students. Today we are learning the science of sleep. Let us begin. Number one, imagine the following changes happening to your body. Your muscles go limp, your body temperature decreases by 1 or 2 Fahrenheit, you become less responsive to stimuli, you produce less urine, but your body increases its ability to heal itself. Should you be worried about these unusual changes? No, because these changes happen to you every day and they aren't unusual at all. They occur when you sleep. Number two, though most animals sleep, scientists are just beginning to understand the science behind it. Sleep and wakefulness can be considered into two vastly different mental and psychological states that humans experience each day. Wakefulness involves consciousness and the ability to respond to stimuli. Sleep involves unconsciousness and a greatly reduced ability to respond to stimuli. Sleep itself can be broken down into two states. One sleep state is called rapid eye movement or NREM sleep, and the other is called non rapid eye movement or NREM sleep. Number three, during REM sleep, the sleeper's eyes move quickly under their closed eyelids and their brain is very active. REM sleep is characterized by increased heart rate and blood pressure and less regular breathing. Many of the features of REM sleep, are similar to wakefulness. However, the body is paralyzed during this time. Vivid and strange dreams happen during REM sleep, and nightmares can occur in this state of sleep. Newborns spend about 9 hours a day in REM sleep. The amount of REM sleep decreases rapidly over time, and by the age of 5, they only spend 2 hours a day in REM sleep. Number 4, during NREM sleep, the sleeper's eyes exhibit very little eye movement. Their breathing is slower, and their heart rate and blood pressure lowers. During this type of sleep, the muscles of the sleeper are not paralyzed, and cases of sleepwalking can occur during NREM sleep, whereas it cannot during the paralytic state of REM sleep. Much less dreaming is reported during this time than in REM sleep, but the dreams that are reported seem more organized and less bizarre. Those nightmares occur during REM sleep. Night terrors occur during NREM sleep. Unlike nightmares, which usually wake up the sleeper, night terrors are characterized by intense fear and even crying during sleep, and it is difficult to wake up the sleeper. Night terrors are typically experienced by children. Number 5. Most humans experience monophasic sleep, meaning that they sleep once a day. Some experience biphasic sleep, if they have a habit of taking a nap during the day. In most night of monophasic sleeps, a sleeper may go through 4 or 5 sleep cycles. Each cycle lasts for roughly 90 minutes and start with NREM sleep and ends with REM sleep again before starting again. Number 6. The optimal amount of sleep a person needs differs for each individual depending on age, genetic, and presence of diseases. Usually, a newborn needs to sleep for 14 to 17 hours a day. Preteens and teens need 8 to 11 hours a day, and adults need 7 to 9 hours a day. The length of sleep needed is also determined by a gene called DEC2. People with the mutation in this gene need 2 hours less sleep than the average person. Though they sleep less, they show no signs of lowered energy or impaired functioning when awake. Number 7. Some people do not sleep enough for many reasons, and when missed hours of sleep add up day after day, this is called a sleep debt. I'm sorry. A large sleep debt can lead to mental impairment, negative emotional effects, and a feeling of constant fatigue. People who suffer from insomnia can have a huge sleep debt. For a variety of reasons, insomniacs find it difficult to fall asleep and they stay asleep. It is the most common sleep disorder. Insomnia can be caused by stress, poor sleeping conditions like a bright room, inconsistent sleep patterns like it's those seen in people who do shift work, and the presence of too many stimulating activities. Um, then right before bedtime, like video games and computer. Number 8. Though all mammals sleep, some do it differently than we do. Aquatic mammals like whales and dolphins need to breathe air, so they must make sure that they go to the surface even if they are asleep. When asleep, Only half of their brain, one hemisphere, sleeps at a time, while the other half remains conscious. This is called euhemispheric slow wave sleep. Both halves take turns being the one at rest and the one that is active. The active side is responsible for directing the sleeper to the surface to breathe. Cows, horses, giraffes, and camels can sleep while standing up, but have to lie down during short periods of REM sleep when their muscles become paralyzed and unable to hold them up. Number 9. Sleep researchers not exactly sure why sleep is needed, but there are a few likely reasons. Sleeping gives the mind time to process the information learned during the day and assign this information to correct parts of the brain. During sleep, the body repairs itself. Even if you work out in the day, it is when you are asleep that your sleep muscles repair and go the fastest. When asleep, your brain has a chance to clean out waste material faster and your immune system can restore itself. Article questions. REM stands for blank. Sleep and REM sleep stands for a sleep at a time. This is called blank. And blank is someone who has difficulty falling asleep and staying asleep. Number 2. What are three differences between REM sleep and NREM sleep? Number 3. What is the difference between monophasic sleep and biphasic sleep? Are you a monophasic sleeper or a biphasic sleeper? Number 4. How much sleep do you need for your age group? How much sleep do you usually get a day? If you're not getting enough sleep, calculate how much sleep that you have accumulated this week. Number 5. Why can't both halves of a dolphin's brain sleep at the same time? Number 6. Even though cows can sleep standing up, they still lie down for short periods of time during sleep. Why is this necessary? Number 7, and lastly, if you go to the gym and lift weights all day, should you make sure you get enough sleep and why?